Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow Room. I decided to keep this separate. I get better leverage, and I go back and do that. Anyway, we're working backwards through the letter K. Oh, I've got some interesting things. Well, some leftovers of Herbert von Karajan to start with. Just a couple of things, because all of my Karajan is upstairs. The big Karajan boxes, the huge Karajan box that I use for bench pressing, that's upstairs. And then the individual bits of the huge Karajan boxes and the EMI Karajan stuff, it's all in the Decca Karajan stuff. Well, there's some of it's down here too, but in the slender individual things in the back there, I've only got two. First, his Great Conductors of the 20th Century thing, which has quite an odd collection of things. You've got the Vienna Phil, the Orchestra Sinfonica di Roma della RIE, the Rome Radio, whatever it's called, the Philharmonia, the Berlin Phil, and Helga Dernisch is here, of course, to the Lebensdott from Tristan and Isolde. So we've got, this is such a weird collection of stuff. The Tritch Tratch Polka, the Walton First. Yes, that's a radio recording. I know that's a bizarre performance, but he actually did Walton's First. That was done in Rome with RAI, and it's a curiosity at best. Mussorgsky's Pictures in an Exhibition, okay. Then Waldteufel Les Patineurs, Sibelius 4, the Liebestod from Tristan and Isolde, Liszt Hungarian Rhapsody No. 2, the polkas from Schwanda the Bagpiper, Chabrier's Espagne and Joyeuse March, and the Barcarolle from the Tales of Hoffmann. I mean, is that a bizarre collection of stuff to represent Karajan? I mean, I understand. There's no Beethoven, there's no Brahms, there's none of the German standard stuff. I mean, just a tiny little bit of Wagner. And then all of his opera work. I mean, there's no Strauss. I mean, Richard Strauss, that is. Weird. I don't understand it. It's weird. Then I put this under Karajan, Invitation to the Dance. It's just a collection of goodies, but it's a wonderful collection of goodies. Karajan was a very good light music composer. I mean, not that in the Great Conductors series, all of his Tritch Tratches needed to be gathered together like they did there. I don't think that was terribly helpful, but he did do wonderful light music because he had the orchestra playing so beautifully. And here we have Weber's Invitation to the Dance. Yes, the Invitation to the Dance. And the Berlioz's Damnation of Faust, Ballet of the Sylphs. So that's fun, and some other stuff here. And the Minuet of the Feu Follet, that stuff. Then we've got the Mephisto Waltz by Liszt, Smetana's Dances from the Bartered Bride, Borodin's Polovtsian Dances, the Otello Ballet music by Verdi, which I love. If you don't know that, it's only 6 minutes long. He had to add it for the Paris performances because it was French and you had to have a ballet somewhere. Oh, it's really good. And then La Gioconda, the Dance of the Hours. So it's a fun Karajan collection, and that's why I keep it under K. It's one of those things you put on and do your homework or, dust or, cook or do something like that while it's playing. And it really helps kill the time. Then, so much for Karajan. I know that's disappointing, but I've reviewed all the big, huge Karajan boxes. I mean, every Karajan box I could get my hands on, I've covered. They're all in here in the index. You can just go and look at them. And then a disc devoted to Czech composer Vítězslava Kaprálová. She was a very, very interesting composer. She had a very brief life. This is her photo there. She died, she was in her late 20s, I believe, of tuberculosis or something like that. This was a nice tribute to her. It really was. It was František Žilex, the conductor, and most of the orchestral stuff. You've got her military sinfonietta and her partita, which are, she was very, very talented. She really was. Her string quartet, played by the Janáček Quartet. And then April Preludes for piano. Love Carol, two versions of it, one by Martineau, one by her. Ritornelle for violin and cello, and then Waving Farewell for voice and orchestra. Really, really wonderful talent. She was sort of like Lily Boulanger. I mean, the Czech equivalent. She died way too young and had way too much talent for us to lose her at such a young age. So this is really fun. It's on Studio Matouche, if that label exists anymore. I have no idea. She lived from 1915 to 1940. So she was, 25? She only lived to be 25. Really a tragic loss, but she wrote a few fine works, so there you go. And that, my friends, is this very brief little dip into the Overflow Room. Keep on listening, friends. Take care.